Okay, so some shit happened in this week's chapter. And I don't mean shit as in this chapter was epic, which, no, I shouldn't say that. The chapter actually was pretty epic. But I mean shit as in, alright, the ending of this chapter has me scared to read next week because of what could possibly end up happening to a few characters. Okay, so this chapter opens up with another flashback, but it's pretty light. It's only within like the first 3 pages and actually skips around a lot. We basically just see the fake glitch, who, by the way, someone in my last video commented that is actually the elf Patry. We saw that little elf kid that, goes teased in chapter 139 for following Lich around all the time. He's the one who's actually going around and, basically pretending to be Lich. And we see in the beginning of the chapter him going around and recruiting Liar and the other two people that he gave the third eye to in order to, enact his revenge plot. And then we come right back to present day and we see basically, alright, this part of the chapter was actually, like, this beginning part of the chapter was the last part I started laughing at. Because the first thing we see is basically Sally and I think Rades. They still, for some reason, even though Lich basically, or should say Patry, basically said, alright, let's drop all the bullshit, you guys are going to die right here and now. They still, for some reason, think that they're going to get some kind of like magical boost and that he's kind of just playing around and that whatever his plan is going to help them out. And then all the comedy immediately just disappears from the chapter at this point. Like, there's no comedic points whatsoever after this. Because right as soon as they get done talking about that, their bodies start disintegrating. And I don't mean how it's like in other manga, where you see the characters, like, their bodies start turning into balls of light and they just slowly disappear. No, I mean, it looks like a fucking virus is eating away at their flesh. And they're screaming in pain. They're, dying right in front of the guy. And he's just sitting there laughing at them. And you see fucking Valtos. Valtos of all characters breaking down and crying. And he's like, yo, I thought we were your precious comrades. And we get another flashback right here. We get another flashback for Valtos when the fake glitch, when Patry, recruiting him. And it's basically showing that Valtos was on his last legs. He had nowhere to go. He had no family. He had nobody with him. And Patry came and just gave him, like, hope to live again. And now this guy's taken away from him right in front of him with a smile on his fucking face. I want to take a quick moment to say R.I.P. Sally because, I actually kind of dug this character. And it's kind of sad that we're not going to get to see any more of her because we really didn't get to interact with her in this series all that much. In fact, for any of these three, really, we didn't really get to interact with them outside of fights at all, basically. And it's actually kind of sad that they're not going to get any more character development. Because, I mean, they're fucking dead at this point. Unless there's some kind of bullshit that happens later on, they're not coming back. So, it's too bad. I like the characters, but they're gone now. Then after that gruesome ass scene, we see the light from Patry's ritual hit the village directly outside the cave they're in. And at first you're like, holy shit, are we about to see these random ass villagers get the same kind of treatment Sally and them got? But no, nothing happens to them, and you're thinking, all right, we're done with that shit at this point. Nope. Right after we see that, we check right back in with the headquarters for the White Knight Demon Eyes, and we see every single human follower that was following Patry and Liar and all of them. We see them meet the same exact fate that Sally and them did. Their bodies start disintegrating left and right. We see, what's his name? The captain of Azure Deer, Lil. He is freaking out because he thinks he might actually definitely kill them in some way. But no, they're just dying right there. And then after that scene, we check in with Gouty for a quick second. And we see this pillar of light come down on them. Then we see it happen to a sister. And then we see it happen to a whole bunch of other characters. And this is when the chapter gets real. This is when shit gets real, and this is what I was talking about when I said I was scared to read next week's chapter. Because after this point, every single person who gets hit by that beam of light turns into a fucking elf. Every single one of these people were actually, like, the ritual we already knew that was, supposed to be used to reincarnate the elves. Every single person that gets hit by the beam of light turns out they were an elf or were supposed to be reincarnated as an elf. It's just that Patry didn't have the mana to, activate the ritual to bring them back in first. So, but now he does. Now he fucking does, and every single one of them is an elf. So yeah, we see Luck, Gouche, his little sister, and surprising no one, and a whole bunch of other strong-ass characters who have been confirmed to be strong within their magic order. We see all these characters turn into elves, and it wasn't bad enough. It wasn't bad enough that already almost half of my favorite characters were turned into elves in this one chapter alone. Then we turn the page, and right after that, almost all my other half favorite characters are in danger now. Almost at the end of this chapter, almost every other character that I like is now in a situation where they are surrounded by someone who just got turned into an elf and is ready to whoop their ass. Okay, so right here on the screen is a picture of pretty much every character in this chapter that we saw get hit with a beam of light and we assume got turned into an elf. And right now, we have right here basically every character who was right next to someone who got turned into an elf and is about to get fucked up. So yeah, if your favorite character is among these people, God help you. I guess next week I'm going to be relearning the rule Game of Thrones taught me. Don't get attached to any character. Alright, it's kind of interesting though. We didn't see Langris get hit by the light or the flesh-eating virus thing, which is kind of weird considering not that long ago he was basically outed as a traitor for the White Knight Demon Eye. But maybe that's going to throw that out of the window. Maybe he actually wasn't a traitor because he was kind of outed, but at the same time, he wasn't only speculation. It was actually never confirmed. So the fact that we didn't see him get affected by either spell in this chapter kind of throws it up in the air. So we have to wait till the next time we see him to see if he actually was affected. Now, not only were these people that we saw and that I put them on the screen affected by the light, we also see Lyre get affected by it. I guess at this point, he's no longer, basically the elf in the human body. This is reincarnating him as a full-on elf, which, if that's the case, I'm going to guess Mero Leona is fucked at this point because, yeah, she kicked his ass when he was just an elf in a human's body and not that much mana. But now that he's going to have his full strength and we know that elves are supposed to be extremely, have extreme amounts of mana and it's supposed to be extremely powerful, she's probably going to get her ass kicked. And it's probably going to end with, Asta jumping in to save the day yet again. But, who knows? Maybe he won't. Maybe she actually will kick his ass. Who knows? I'm interested to see round 2. Okay, so dude, I do want to throw a quick theory out there. And this actually might just be me speculating a little too much. But in my opinion, Gaoche's little sister kind of looks like Techia, which is the real Lich's actual wife. And the fact that we didn't see her get turned into an elf in this chapter, or we didn't actually get a confirmation of her in her elf form, makes me wonder maybe if she was actually Techia reincarnated instead. Which, I gotta be honest, I'm kind of hoping that is the case because she got hit by the light when she was surrounded by kids. She lives in an orphanage, and I honestly don't want to read a chapter where I see a whole bunch of little kids die. I don't want to see that nun that takes care of them die. I just don't want to see it happen, so I'm hoping that she actually ends up being the reincarnated Techia and that just beats the end of it. Also, fuck it, I am not above, begging. Please do not let my girl Mimosa die, please. I mean, she, at the end of this chapter, if you read it, she is in a situation where she is absolutely fucked. I mean, she got she has all these strong guys around her right now, and she has no way of winning this fight. She's as bad as fucked as Noelle is, but Noelle has paw protection. Noelle's not gonna die because she's pretty much the main female. Mimosa, she's expendable. She could die in the next chapter, and I'm begging right now. I am begging right now on my knees. Do not let her fucking die, please. But that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, drop me a like, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. Comment down below with your thoughts and theories, and catch you guys later. Peace.